Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the bishops and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. I am the brother Chaya from GMS Indianapolis, the branch of Indiana. And the original Gary Camp is GMS It Will Not Tarry 2. And I just want to speak on a video that I saw a few days ago. The video in particular doesn't really matter, but in that video, there's a guy, just kind of speaking from his own mind and speaking from his own heart, And we do these lessons, we do these videos to edify the elect, to edify the hopeful elect, to feed the sheeps. I said the sheeps with an S. Sheep is already plural, no S needed. To feed the sheep and the lambs of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So what you do, you read the scriptures, break them down. Look, this is what you do, okay? And I was musing on this, trying to put the precepts together and line it up. But through the Spirit, I don't think I have to just line it up. Nehemiah 8:8. It says, so they read in the book, in the law of the Most High distinctly, and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading. That's all you got to do. All right. Now, under leadership, right? Under, tutelage, governors, like it says in, what's that, Galatians 4:1. Man, let's see, grab that. See? Galatians 4:1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. Right, and we're in this fight to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. We're in this fight to be lords of all, gods. All right, but when you watch those period pieces, when you watch the young prince, when he's growing up, when he's under tutors, right, when he's under governors, when he got people looking after him. They got the authority over him. Even though he a prince, they can chastise him because he has to be groomed, okay? He has to be molded, like it says in 2 Timothy 3:16, going on down. It says all scripture is profitable for reproof, doctrine, exhortation, etc., that the man of the Most High may be thoroughly furnished, right? So you can be proper, all right? It says, verse 2, but it's under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father. So until you're ready to be in a position of leadership, okay? And in that video, this particular guy was just speaking from his mind and from his heart. And it wasn't scripturally based. And that's the issue, and that's an issue. That's a problem. And we're here to speak the words of the Most High, okay? Now, the scripture speaks about having your conscience exercised, right? Let's see. Conscience. Damn it. Now let me see the blue letter, man. Oh, okay, it's me. What am I spelling wrong? Oh, census, pardon me. Hebrews 5:14. It says, I'm start at 13. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. And that's fine. Shit. Don't the scripture say, desire the sincere milk that ye may grow thereby? All right, so you got to start from somewhere. And shit, milk is good. It says, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. All right, so, you know, the leadership, the apostles, the bishops, the elders, they've been in this walk exercising this faith. So they're going to come across different, you know, situations, and they'll be able to give counsel in different matters that might not always be 100% scripturally based. It might, like Paul did, right? Now, Paul did the same thing. Some of the things he said wasn't directly in the law, but through understanding of the law and understanding of the times that we're in, applied wisdom, okay? For example, remember when the Gentiles was coming in and there was certain laws that wasn't expected of them to keep completely, because you got to be reasonable. All right, can you imagine getting circumcised at 30-something years old, 20-something years old, in those times, right? Yeah, brothers did it, you know, in these times. But there was, when you read that scripture, it speaks about how, look, tell them to refrain from idols, food offered to idols. Don't eat nothing that dies of itself or strangled. Just being reasonable, all right? But that comes with what? Pardon me. That comes with a level of understanding, man. And when you young in the faith, you just read and break down the scriptures, and that's it. Sirach 20:8. It says, he that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you gotta be careful of that, man. You gotta be mindful of that. What it says, he that useth many words shall be abhorred. Yeah, don't just stop explaining the same shit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times to get redundant. Now you can do it 2, 3, 4 times, right? Because you know the scriptures, you know, the Bible is repetitive. We are repetitive people in general as Israelites, all right? But the scripture says what? It says, what it say? Comprehending much and saying little. All right. Especially when you talk to senior brothers, elders, and things of that nature. Right? That's what the scripture says. Make not thyself equal with them and talk. Because Jake do that. Jake just like to go back and forth. You say something, Jake say something. You say something, Jake say something. How about you just fucking listen, man? You know how much shit you can learn and gain by just being quiet? You know how much better you can hear when you're quiet and when you're attentive. You know what you can learn when you're listening to hear instead of listening to respond? Jake do that shit. That shit ain't lost on nobody. You know when somebody listening to you to fucking say something instead of listening to hear what you're saying. It says, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. All right, so just take the humble road, take the low road, because that's who the Lord messing with. That's who we dealing with. And the times we in now, come on now. This ain't the time, you know? Like, especially the things that we know that we gotta fix and that ain't right, that shit gotta be tackled. Damn, what's that scripture? Like brothers say all the time, different elders and say all the time, you know, shit, we got our little battles and stuff, you know. This might be an issue. Hell, this was an issue for me at a point. Hell, might even still be. I'm working on it. But I saw that in the video and I'm like, nah. And at the time I saw that, I contemplated on doing the lesson on it, you know, because you don't do a lesson on every, you know, every single thing, but then sometimes you do. Maybe this, Lord willing, it'll help and be edifying. All right. What was that scripture? Let me see. Yeah, 1 John 3, and I'm gonna start at the top. It said, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore, the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Yeah, we're strange to this people. What it say? It says, they find it strange that you don't run to the same exercise of riot, right? Jake and the world had their conversations about Kobe, LeBron, Michael, and you don't be as passionate about them, about these rappers and shit. And you people that be all up in them lives of entertainers, y'all people are low, have a very low intelligence, okay? They do studies on that. People that y'all so wrapped up in famous people's lives, you people are not fucking smart. You're not using different parts of your goddamn brain, man. How about you go do a fucking puzzle or something and read a book? It says, beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. All right, so we can't tell you exactly how it's gonna be, but we know that however Yahweh Shai look when he come, that's how we gonna look. I'm not saying we gonna all be the hopeful 144,000 hopeful elect. I'm not saying we all gonna be fucking identical, all right, in appearance, okay? But we gonna have the same force of power, all right? It says, and every man that had this hope in him purified himself even as he is pure. So that's the point I wanted. When you got this hope, you purify yourself. All right? The shit you need to work on, you attack. All right? And then you attack harder. Now I'm segueing into another lesson I wanted to do. Because I was watching, but now I'll just combine it with this one. Because I was watching video the Elder Yashawamba did, I don't know, yesterday. I watched it today, did it yesterday. Let me see if I still got it pulled up. Let me see. Deal with the inward man before the Lord exposes you. And I was musing on this, I don't know. I was musing on something like this maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And I was just thinking like, man, I need to attack my demons harder. You know, because be real, I'm just be real. Jake be half-ass fighting they demons. I know because I do it. But then I was just kind of like at work on top of the, I work with trains and shit. So I'm on top of the train and I'm just thinking. I'm like, man, I got to go hard. I got to attack my demons hard. I got to quit playing. And then the Spirit told me like, basically be prepared for things to happen. Because I was thinking, because, you know, shit had kind of been going my way for a while. You know, I have been catching hell like that. You know, we got, amongst the body, Great Millstone, we got our little sayings and shit. You know, with shit going well for a while, be prepared. All right? Hell, it's in the scriptures. Remember, the scripture speaks about how Satan left Yahweh Shai alone for a while. All right? All right, so I was just sitting there thinking, and I'm like, if I'm going to level up in the spirit and attack my demons harder, then just be prepared, like prepare. And, that's something I've been told from the elders since I came in the truth. One elder that come to mind is Elder Demashapai out here, Indiana, all right? Indianapolis. Something he used to say all the time, all right? And lo and behold, a week or two later, I get into a wreck. All right, me and the brother, total dead. Not a scratch on us though. The water y'all about Shimmy I was shy. Not a scratch on us. And shit, after it happened, I thought about it every day for a week. I didn't want to do nothing. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. You know? There's a testimony of deliverance right there, man. Then the brother come pick us up, and the brother, you know, I'm calm on the phone talking to him. I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever, blah blah blah. He thinking it's just a little fender bender. He come on, he like, damn. You know, shit was all fucked up, man. Real bad. You walking by, shit, real bad. I'm fine. The brother fine. I'm talking about. It felt to give you how it felt. It felt like the equivalent of drinking like a double shot. That's what it felt like. No scratch, no injury, nothing. Talk to the medics. All right, fine. The police, fine. You know, but shit like that certain shit gonna happen. Whether it be physical, you know, you're gonna deal with like the Elder Rala say, well, like how he tell me, Satan he operates in inconveniences. All right, you're gonna be inconvenienced. That's gonna be Satan. You know, it could be. Remember what happened with Job? He attacked Job every which way. He hit him physically. All right, he hit him mentally. All right, it was all a spiritual battle. But what? Job kept his integrity. Right, and it's the same thing that we must do. And our integrity. Hold on. Wait a minute. It's a scripture in Job. Let me see. Hold on. See if I can find this scripture. Let me see. Is this like maybe it's another scripture? Shit. Let me see. Maybe it's another. Maybe it ain't Job. All right. Thy righteousness. Oh shit! It's in here 60 times. Matter of fact, look, I'll read this Psalm. This ain't what I wanted, but I'll read this. Psalms 5 and 8. O Lord, in thy righteousness, because of mine enemies, make thy way straight before my face. Yeah. So make your path straight before us. Because the Lord controls all things. And that's a prayer. All right. Hell, in the Lord's Prayer, it says, lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. All right. And what does James say? James says a man is tempted when he's drawn away of his own lust. Look, we got lust, okay? And some of the lust that we had, look, and lust in itself is not a bad word, but some of the lust we had in the world was wrong, but they appealed to the flesh, and some of them you deal with easily and quickly, and others you don't. Different brothers got different walk. You might have quit smoking. Eating pork and shrimp and lobster cold turkey. But it might have took that brother a couple weeks, a little longer time, you know? And the thing is, they always around the corner ready to pop back up and be even more fierce. All right? Psalm 17:15. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. Mean what? The truth. The face of the Lord represents the truth. Remember what was told to Cain? What did Cain say? He said, my face shall be hidden from thy face. All right. Meaning that what? He wouldn't be in the truth. All right. Psalm 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil. He was a murderer from the beginning. Wait, no, hold on. Ye are your father the devil. All right. Let me grab that. What's that? John 8:44. ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. See, we have to conquer the lust, conquer the flesh, all right? Conquer the instant gratification, all right? Easier said than done, but it get easier with an honest attempt. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. See, Cain did not abide in the truth, all right? He offered up an unlawful sacrifice, all right? And spiritually, if your mind is not in the right place, you're offering up an unlawful sacrifice. If your heart is evil towards your brother and you in this truth, you offering up and you so-called doing the work, then that's an unlawful sacrifice. All right? If you're not killing the old man day by day, all right, the old man is getting worse. All right? You're a Hebrew Israelite on the weekend only, or in name only and not in deed, then you're offering up an unlawful sacrifice, a wicked sacrifice. And you're not abiding in the truth. It says, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, right? So he don't behold the face of the Lord, all right? And side note, and I can't prove it through the scripture, but that's why I believe he went and dealt with them fucking Canaanite, them heathen women, who is what you call it, who his parents told him not to. All right, because the scriptures speaks about what they tell us. When we went in the land, we was told not to deal with them women because they'll turn our hearts away from our power. Him not being able to behold the face of the Lord. Esau is Cain. He sold the birthright. He ain't fucking believe. Here it is. Scripture says, Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Plain mean perfect, morally sound. Jacob's mind was on the blessing. Shit, he believed. You know they had to been hearing the stories. You see, it wasn't distractions like that back in the day. They wasn't fucking scrolling. What you think the conversation in their household was? That's why Jacob was on it. Esau ass, he ain't give a man. But anyway, that ain't doctrine. That's just through extrapolation. You know? You was fucking directly told not to fucking go deal with these heathen women, but you did it, but you did. What? You know? But anyway, whatever. Don't be like Cain and Esau. Listen, let me go back. And doing these type of videos, we always talking to ourselves first. I'm talking to myself first. Shit. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake, with thy likeness. Whose likeness? Yahweh Shai's. When you a God. We ain't satisfied in this place, in this world. Anyway, with that, Lord's will, this was an edifying lesson to the hopeful elect. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakak.